Was an eventful evening yesterday. Just wanted to show everyone the contrast in like energy and how it can go from like non-eventful to very eventful. Yeah, like you need to know how to deal with that. Everyone needs to know how to deal with that, even in your daily life, right? A few things I want to touch on. They do not like it whenever I talk about this. I don't even like talking about it, right? Part of what makes me very bold in what I'm doing is the fact that I've had my own set of experiences that override what anyone's opinion will ever be. Yeah. Like I've stated to this camera before, what did you want me to do, sir? Like, don't you see what they are? Because when someone else goes and makes up the story, and doesn't know a thing about what's going on, right? Then you get shit on paper, like what was on that paper, yeah? But let me enlighten you. I had a gallbladder surgery, right? I had a rare condition. It wasn't stones or anything like that, to where my gallbladder calcified, right? It was extremely painful. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't nothing, right? So I had a surgery, had it removed. 2 weeks earlier, I had a child. So I had a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-week-old gallbladder surgery, all in the span of very little time. Yeah. Or maybe that was close to a couple of months. I'm not quite sure. But either way, it was very close to all of these things, right? I was working overnight. I was doing research and experiments and this and that. And during the day, I would come home, like I would work all night and I would come home all day, and I would be home all day with 2 toddlers and a brand new baby after a gallbladder surgery. Talk about superwoman, yeah? One day, the toddlers decided that they wanted to go and slide down this little hill that led to a straight up mountain. It's like a mountain rock face, right? I can show you pictures. And they had my fabric tape and were playing with it. And of course, the baby was inside. The weather was nice. And I went in to make the baby a bottle and to make them lunch. My kids were glued to my hip. They never wandered away, never wandered far. That's not their behavior, right? When it got eerily quiet, I couldn't have been in the house more than 5 minutes, if even. And they disappeared. Poof, gone, thin air. Not a single peep, not a word. Where could they have gone? They didn't go across the back because I would have heard them go across the porch. I had the door open. The window was there. I would have seen them. There is a deep ravine on the one side, and then just straight up the mountain. That was their only option, right? It would have been the only option. And poof, disappeared. And I am, of course, frantic. I have a binder around my midwaist. There's absolutely no way I can hike up this mountain. They are barefoot. There's absolutely no way they should be able to hike up that mountain, much less not make a peep, a sound, a nothing. No rustling in the woods, no nothing. You know my senses are good. So I panic. I'm screaming for them. I hear nothing. And I know that I can't hike up the mountain. If I hike up the mountain, I'll have to take the baby. I'm there by myself. I run down the road and I ask the neighbors, have you seen them? Just to check, just to double sure, make double sure. Nothing. All right. So I end up having to call the police. End up having to call 911. So they get search and rescue out there and then cover that mountain. First, the police come. And the police is adamant about telling me that they did not go where I am telling them where they were. And I said, no, they were right here. I said, the only way that they could have gone was right here. He tried to walk up and he fell like immediately. He was like, there's no way that they went up here. And I'm like, I am telling you, this is where they were. So then they get more police officers, like detectives or whatever, out there. And I'm just sitting on the fucking porch. I don't respond to like stressful situations like other people because I've been exposed to so much. Like, my reaction during a traumatic situation or something that just doesn't make sense isn't to fucking cry. It is to sit down with reason in my brain and try and figure out, like, what in the fuck, right? So the detective comes out and he is being weird. He's like, do you want to go inside so you can cry? And I'm sitting there thinking, no. Like, what fucking mathematical fucking, like, fuckery is this? Like, like doing fucking Euclidean math in my fucking brain because there's absolutely no fucking way that this is possible. And so, I don't know if they would have, right? Like they would have thought that I like had something to do with it because I just wasn't responding the way that they fucking like wanted me to. But before the police ever came, I silently said to myself, I know you have my fucking kids and give them back to me. I know that this is a test. Give me my fucking kids. I said that. I knew. I already fucking knew. I already fucking knew. So anyways, they finally get search and rescue up there, and my neighbor, the kid, he's like a teenager. He would like come up and like speak and visit, just teenager lives in damn middle of nowhere and has new neighbors, whatever. But he went with them and they were scouring the mountain. Well, they found them. And guess where they found them? On a rock formation all the fucking way across the fucking mountain. They were both barefoot. What, did they have a fucking destination, right? Like, did they have a fucking destination that they were, like, fucking headed to? Like, it didn't make any sense. It still didn't fucking make any sense. And whenever they came back, they were calling me Miss Green because there was, like, reporters or something there, right? And so this went in the paper. I never saw the paper. But I did, after that, walked into a store, a local store, right? Old man was sitting at the breakfast thing, and just so happened to whenever I walked in with them, said, hey, did you hear about those kids that went missing over there in Pittman Center? I'm like, why the fuck is he talking like they're still missing? Like, that's fucking weird. And not even a day later or two, right, because my cabin wasn't on the 911 grid, not even a day or two later, fucking black helicopters swarmed my mountain. Yeah. I took pictures of them, like just playing in the house. First, they were acting really fucking weird when they came back, right? Really fucking weird. And doing weird things. I took pictures of them and they look like fucking rocks. They look like those things you see in the woods that are like all gray with glowy eyes. And the things that I show you in those pictures, like I didn't always catch on to that, right? I didn't always catch on to that. that came later after I had done more work and just kept like working on it, right? Because I knew something's just not fucking right. Like, uh, they change, the photos change, they keep changing, right? And then I started, once I really started evaluating and paying really close attention to them, I started noticing all the other weird shit that went along with it, yeah. Never mind the fact that I did watch Reality Shift too, but like these are totally separate incidents that happened in the same fucking time period, right? Talk about stress the fuck out, yeah. And so at that point, like I was just praying, right? Like, you have no idea. Like I was just fucking empty, like confused, like lost. So anyways, person that I was with wasn't helping me like pay the bills, whatnot, right? So the electricity got cut off, and at that point I was just like in the cabin by myself without the electricity. I was sitting up there one night and decided to do a chalk painting, like a little a canvas or whatever. Had an LED lantern in the middle of the floor. There were French doors. There were no blinds or anything on the windows or nothing like that, right? So I had my earbuds in. I ran around with my earbuds in a lot, right? So you can't hear anything, especially the stillness, the eerie stillness. Well, I took them off and I heard on my porch, and there is only one way fucking on that porch, right? Only one way. Nothing can get up over it. No one, it just, you have to go up the fucking stairs. Like, I hear hooves, like a bipedal hooves on my fucking porch. It scared me to, I mean, terrified. Terrified. Like the shit that like shakes your core and the fucking makes you want to jump out of your fucking skin. Terrified. Right? Here I am in this box with something on my porch, right? It's completely fucking dark in the middle of this fucking mountain. And I hear that. And once again, I was like, I don't know what to do, right? Like, I finally got up the courage to go to the back room, right? Because my car was parked in between. Like, the house was like this, and I was parked here. Here's the front, here's the back. So I opened up the back door, and what the fuck did I see? A Black Panther. A fucking Black Panther. And it looked at me with the most human expression, or the most intelligent whatever. And I looked at it, and it seemed like a mutual understanding of something, right? Before it just turned around and walked back up the mountain. And I ran and got in my car, and I did not fucking go back. But yeah, so the Mystic Forward Wood shit, where these people fucking go missing and they got no damn shoes on and end up in fucking far over fucking places, breaking the laws of physics and shit like that. I had my own fucking experience with my own fucking kids, you know? So when people wonder why I ain't got no time for nobody, no nothing except for my fucking work, that is why, right? And then, oh, I could show you the other photos too, right? This world is not what people think it is. It doesn't work the way people think it does, okay? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to share a video on my community post about a firefighter that was working with the LA fires. His wife wouldn't fucking listen to him, but he saw and experienced some shit. First, he saw these these lights, these bulbs, or like the orb things, circle a house, and the house fucking burned down. And then some man appeared to him and fucking tell him that Texas was next because they weren't fucking living right, blah, blah, blah. And then four people showed up with black cloaks with the runes on them. And I'll just share the story, and you really need to fucking listen to it. And I'm going to tell you something. In my dream one night, there were four black cloaked figures women actually, that said, she's not going to leave if we don't intervene, if we don't do an intervention, right? I really needed to, like, people don't understand. I was really, really, I really, really needed to leave the situation I was in. Yeah. Now, before all of that stuff happened, I started having dreams, right? Like, I would see the woods back there, even though I never hiked up there, but I would see like this river, and I saw my daughter like fall in the river or whatever, and I would wake up terrified. So I was already on extra like protective mode, right? Because my dreams have come true, right? I've been told things in them. I've seen places, like if I get a new job and there's something there that I need to know, I have seen it. I have had I had someone come and tell me that I was pregnant with my daughter before it even showed up on a fucking test. Yeah. Because I laughed at him. I was like, like, there's no way. And he was like, come back and tell me that in 10 days. So I immediately went out, right? Because I was like, this guy is full of shit, right? It's a Russian guy. And I'll be damned. I waited until the 10-day mark after that and checked again, and he was right. So, and that's part of what drives me, yeah. There's other like weird things that go on top of this, like with my research and stuff too. There's lots of other stuff. All right. It's just like this big fucking mess of crazy events, right? That I would have looked absolutely insane just trying to tell people before things were revealed to them, yes. Or the world at large. Luckily, I found David Paulides' work shortly after that. And I was so relieved. I was so relieved because I knew what I fucking knew, right? Like, here I am on this mountain thinking I'm the only fucking one, and there's fucking cases everywhere of this shit. That people just poof, fucking disappearing into thin air or fucking traveling strange fucking distances that they shouldn't be able to travel, right? Especially children without shoes. It was like you couldn't hear nothing. You know, I hear every fucking thing. Nothing. Like there was something that separated that reality from mine, yeah? In the same fucking space. And I broke through it. Finally fucking broke through it. So my experiences are what drive my madness, yes. And I'm not gonna apologize for it to any fucking body, okay? No. Because it happened to me for a reason. Yeah. And honestly, as crazy as all that shit was, I like to believe that it saved my fucking life, yeah. It saved my perception of my whole existence, yeah. Like I needed that. I became more conscious, more aware, more careful, more mindful. So, the trappings of this world, the material world, the carnal world, none of that shit, like, I don't have time for it. It does not interest me. No use for it. And I did take a picture, I did film the little gray alien walking across the fucking back of my way. Whenever I used my painting to fucking illuminate shit whenever I was studying the light, yeah? You can ask the person that was fucking living with me, because he fucking saw it. And then it just disappeared off my fucking phone, yeah? And then the strange threats and attacks started, yeah? And then it was a matter of safety, right? Does he know that? No. Do they know that? No. But I knew that, right? And it was well enough for me to fucking make the decisions that I made and to let go of everything that would ever give them fucking leverage so that I could fucking take care of this shit, yeah? I mean, weird shit. Like giving me a survey at the end of the fucking YouTube with my fucking daughter's name on it. Like, crazy shit. Releasing photos of me crying, yeah? Listen, I got plenty of reason to fucking cry about plenty of fucking things, yeah? Justfully or rightfully so, yeah? I don't care if people see me. I have emotions, yeah? Like, I get hurt, right? So, that's part of it. Part of the bigger picture here. Well, I've been sharing, like, my research, my chemistry, my paperwork, all this other stuff with somebody in Australia. Then weird shit really, really started fucking happening. I had a dream of this old man, like, chasing me up these stairs. I'd gone to the vending machine to get a Mountain Dew, and he was chasing after me with a gun, and then I heard a song, and a blue man that looked like Mr. Dr. Manhattan, and a triangle of blue electricity, like, zapped me into somewhere else, right? But then, but then, this older couple come in, checked in one night, and the lady come down. She didn't come down the stairs, she came down the elevator, and she said, my boyfriend's got a gun, he's chasing after me with a gun. And I thought it was weird because wouldn't you have taken the stairs? All right? If you were frantic, you wouldn't have waited for a fucking elevator. Whatever, right? So I'm like, oh gosh, what if he comes down and, like, I'm just here, right? So I go to my car, I call the law, I call my boss, let him know what's going on. Police come. They say, oh, they said he put the gun in the trash can, but we can't find the gun, so, we're done here. What? What? And these two seem like cordial, like a fucking psyop or some shit, right? Or some weird fucking shit that did not make fucking sense. Yeah. So that happened. There was a Russian man that showed up one night and he fucking puked all in the middle of the fucking floor. He said he had no idea how he had gotten there. He looked soaking fucking wet. I was like, what the fuck? Like, right? But because he was so confused, like, I ended up, like, finding him, and I wrote him a note, and I went and slid it up under his fucking door and told him, this was the condition that you came in last night. This is where you said you were. This was blah, 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 blah. And I gave him a rundown of what had happened and whatnot, and I left it under his door for him. Because it was just fucking weird. Right? And I've already gone over the night whenever all of the fucking reality shifted and all that shit, right? Where it felt like the room was going to fucking explode. Where I was so hot. Right? So, and the city did burn down, yeah. That's why I always say, what is 10 years here, 5 minutes somewhere else, right? It's true. But I want everyone to listen to the firefighter story, right? It is relevant. And even he told that guy, he said, I can tell you speak with conviction, because he was like, the Lord Savior Jesus Christ, blah, 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 the whole spiel, right? That is not enough. Not enough. Not enough. You can believe that it is, right? You can whatever, right? I'm not gonna. Right, I have my own fucking problems, right? Like I have my own little fucking whatever, right? Like, but I didn't get anybody like helping me. Yeah. Oh, and during that time, the fucking county, everyone was just fucking harassing me, right? They had, what a time. What a time, right? Going through all of that, then dealing with these fuckheads and being absolutely devastated, right? It was a lot, yeah. But everything I told you, that I just told you, or that I will ever tell you, is 100% the fucking truth. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to fucking veneer it. I'm not going to fucking, I'm just, it is what it is, right? We can work and get a lot further with facts than we can with uh, cognitive dissonance, or just ignoring something, or pretending like it doesn't fucking exist, right? I've never seen that ever solve a fucking problem, right? No, here's the facts. This is what it is, right? And you can see where we are now, right? Or where I am now, yes. Like, when I say there's reasons why, right? My diligence is one of them. At worst, it was mildly traumatic. At best, I have grown exponentially, yes. So, just another day in paradise, huh? There's my missing 411 story.